Duse Ms.
What up?
Hey, one of my favorite lines from G Active. We on 37th Drive where it keeps it live. Is that right?
Man, he ain't never lied, man. It's a lot of history about 37 Drive. In fact, this is the street that the Fruit Town Brims originated on.
Is that right?
Yeah.
This goes, you talking about like basically early 73, 74, 75, somewhere around there?
I think it's about 70, between 71 and 3.
71?
David Johnson.
David Johnson.
One of the first bloods killed by the hands of a Crep, West Side Creps, right? He's also related to Big Puddin'. So when you say Fruit Town Brim, the reason why the LA Brims, the Fruit Town specifically, had ties through kinship with David Johnson and Big Puddin'. If Big Puddin' was here today, you say, obviously West Side Paru, where it originated. Where you from? He gonna say he from Fruit Town Paru. You know what I'm saying? So when you get into the Damu history, that's really essential and something that I was taught when I was young. You know what I'm saying?
So is Dave credited with being the founder of Fruit Town Brim?
David Johnson is a couple hands. Nuke the Duke, rest in peace. We lost him last year. You got Big Catnip. You got Big Angel. That's their age group. And Big Angel also was an LA Brim, and so was Nuke. Nuke was also a Black Panther member.
And how many of these I'm assuming they're all first generation Fruit Town Brims?
That's first generation Fruit Town Brim. They're all my dad age, which right now my dad is 64, 65, right? That'd be their bracket. Rest in peace, Big Rainbow, who was also the founder of the Liso Village Brim, right? That goes through family. The Big Rainbow is also one of the Magnificent Sevens, or supposed to be founders of the Fruit Town Brims, actually.
Okay, so how many of these first generation Fruit Town Brims are still around today?
I mean, I don't know none of them that's around here. I know, I'm in connection with them. These people raised me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I went and checked on Angel. He just had heart surgery about 2-3 months ago, right? He's super good, living his life, looking healthy, still got size. He was a known fighter. That's like Terry Cadeau generation, right? Like 2 years older though, but they all would have hung out around the same time once they got together, you know? It wasn't no distinctions, Fruit Town Brim, Harvard Park Brims until later. It was LA Brims. And when you talk about LA Brims, now you talking 1968. You know what I'm saying? Generations that's not even here. Eddie Watts, Big Twin, those are the founders of LA Brim, first ones to change it. Who did start Apple Hats. If you listen to the G Homie, they did start Apple Hats, but it didn't even last a month. Niggas was clowning them like, you country looking ass niggas wear Apple Hats, you niggas country. So they wanted to change to something that was much more fashionable, and they turned into LA Brims within like a month, bro. That's how I got the history. The homie said, and he came after, I think Big Angel put him on. You know what I'm saying? So, but he definitely was around at that time, so his experience might differ from the homies that I got it from, who I know was there. You know what I'm saying?
But one of the original founders, Dave, he's resting, right?
Yeah, Dave, rest in peace. He was one of the first Damus ever killed by the hands of the Crips.
Do we know what year that was?
I don't know what year that was. I could reference it. Maybe I'll give you an update. You could type it at the end or something.
Okay, so for a guy your age, you're definitely tied in to the history of where you came up from. Not everybody that's your generation knows the history where they came up at.
No, and it's a damn shame, because most of them really is riders, and they would die for this. You know what I'm saying? They would get life for it. They done lived and took those type of sacrifices and chances. So yeah, man, I really respect the riders for that reason. You know what I'm saying? That's not where I'm at in my evolution, but I understand what they going on to keep that legacy going. My dad is one of the G homies. John Jr. is the same age as Catnip. Catnip lived upstairs from my grandma with Mayola. He was fucking on Mayola back then. You know what I'm saying? So I'm talking about literally since I was in Pampers, they got me throwing up this brand. You know what I'm saying? I went through a stage where I was tagging. I didn't want to gangbang. You know what I'm saying? I seen people getting shot, different hoods. I know the 20s. I'm stealing cars and all kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? Selling them to them. I know that they doing their shit. I see people all over LA. This is the 80s and the 90s. Getting shot through gang violence. What I want to gangbang for? I'm competing in spelling bees and offering classes at Cal State Dominguez University. But as time would have it, I got shot at on Bud Long at 35th. I wasn't even a gang member. You know what I'm saying? A drive-by, they unloaded about 52 shots. Shells was found over there. I wasn't even a gang member. So at that point it was, damn, this shit is, I might as well get a, they gonna do anybody over here that's young that might look like he could be a part of anything. You know what I'm saying? So now it's more of a survival mode. I don't wanna be the prey. I'm gonna be the predator from now on. You know, I could have lost my life 52 times. So I love my grandma, I love my family, and I always had that warrior spirit, that fight, that I'm not just finna lay down and you know what I'm saying? So that night is the night I picked up my red flag and started banging Brim, Fruit Town.
And what is this particular street, 37th Drive? What does that mean to you?
This is, nothing in my mind is run stronger than 37th Drive. From my grandma Minnie and my grandpa John, Miss Suge, Red, rest in peace, who lived there, my brother Booger Brim, Brandon, who got life, and Sean, who he got life for killing. You know what I'm saying? This is 8, 9, 10 years old. I met Sean, who lived right here at this house initially, and then once they opened the print shop on 38th next to Skip Liquor, his father bought the house 2 doors down, right where they're doing this construction now with the re-gentrification.
You know, it's crazy, I pulled up and I noticed down there in the middle of the street, boxes of tubs for these new apartments. And that's
USC.
That's been pretty
well,
much.
they're alum, to be specific. It's their alum, they get these investment groups of students that went here probably through the 80s and the 90s when this was a total different environment and saying, look, this is prime real estate. We need to get laws passed, get some of these gangbangers locked up and the politics come in because now they talking about their money. You know, that's big business. If you're not familiar with the justice system and how that works, how people profit off of that and get fund private prisons and the GO groups of the world, USC had a part in that to getting laws changed, making it harsher, and gentrifying this whole community. I could have $3 million right now, and they're not gonna be selling me no property over here. So they're essentially all of the people who have memories of and lived here for the 30. My grandmother and grandfather moved here before I was born. I was born in 78. They moved here in about 71, 72. And if you look at this apartment right here that we're standing in front of, that's where Nicky lived. Booger girlfriend since he was 8. That's his mama. You know what I'm saying? My nephew mama. Since they were 8 years old, we be out here wrestling, boxing glove, make the little belts with the cardboard and the rental wrap around this shit. Like we champions because we're doing tournaments. We were really aggressive, physical. That was just the way that we was raised. All around here you'll see the big money getters, legendary Fruit Town Brim members from Big Killer Jess and all of them dudes with their lowriders out here just drinking, more of a family. Like that was before I was, I was real naive to the politics within and the different factions and, different history with a lot of different things. But yeah, 37 Drive, this is the block.